about solar energy applications? How about solar ranches? Why would we use spacer cable? If you take a look at solar installations, they're usually on relatively flat ground. They're usually in relatively nice places. There are few, if any, technical obstacles to installing either bare wire or underground cable. That topography and soil conditions are not an issue. If you get down to space and right-of-way limitations, a key issue at solar installations is the availability of land. It's shockingly expensive. Furthermore, every square foot of land required for a power line is a square foot of land not available to put up collector panels. So when we get to solar ranches, we're really conscious of that land utilization. And multiple circuits, underground circuits suffer high derating. Even small loads require large conductor sizes because of warm soil and heat entrapment. Underground cables can routinely suffer up to 60% ampacity derating. Bare wire circuits require a lot of space if you have multiple collection circuits. If you only have one or two, they don't require a lot of space. For multiple circuits with bare wire, I can only put 2 on a pole. You can put 3 on a pole, but I'll show you what happens there. And for spacer cable, I can put all of those collection circuits on one pole line. At solar energy sites, we're going to avoid conductor clashing. We know bare wire systems are prone to outages and wind conditions. We don't have that improved voltage regulation, 20% better voltage support. We're going to have much better reliability, less outages, lower cost, more revenue for megawatt production, reduce the total cost. But really important in solar energy facilities is that they be environmentally friendly, that they be APLIC compliant. So, we're not sweating so much removing trees out in the desert, but we are concerned to protect birds and ground animals from electrical shock hazard. That's a real benefit out west. Why do we use spacer cable, and what cost savings is it going to translate into? Well, we're able to build multiple circuits. We're going to have savings compared to underground derating. We're going to put the fiber in the messenger. We're going to be able to connect directly to the substation bus from outside the substation fence rather than going underground. And we're going to have more real estate. We'll take a look at examples so you can see these benefits coming. This is a First Solar in Topaz. It's 550 megawatts in Santa Margarita, just inland of San Francisco. There's another First Solar. This is Desert Sunlight, also 550 megawatts. Here's DSSR simulation, First Solar Desert Sunlight, 550 megawatts. Here, this pole line carried 9 circuits, each good for 50 megawatts. So there's 450 megawatts coming down that pole line. So here's another First Solar job we did, Imperial Valley, that is 180 megawatts. Here's another one we did, Campo Verde, 200 megawatts out in El Centro. And you can see that different consultants designed the poles. They have different desires for wood, for metal. Here is First Solar, McCoy Solar is now NextEra out in Blythe, California. Put all 6 circuits on one pole line. So that was a very efficient project. And that was 1272 KC mill. Here's State Line. You can see First Solar State Line in Nipton, right across the street from Silver State South in Prim. This is during construction. That's why you see the rolling blocks there. First Solar, NextEra. This is Silver State South, across the street from the one I just showed you. It's also across the street from Ivanhoe, if you're familiar with that one, the Death Ray Solar Ranch. And his Mount Signal 3 8-minute energy. This is back in Calexico as well, near some of our other projects.